Tuesday's second video for viewers. Breaking news is from Western Ethiopia, Western Oromia and Gambella regions of Ethiopia, where Oromo Liberation Army and Gambella Liberation Front have launched a joint offensive. Intense fighting is being reported in Gambella and in western part of Oromia. We'll have a detailed look at this development. A second news story is about Tigrayan protest in Canada. On Friday, I reported, on Sunday, yes, on Sunday I reported that on Monday, Tigray diaspora community was due to protest in Toronto, Canada, outside International Mining Convention building. What happened on Monday? Was there any demonstration? And lastly, viewers, Eritrean Information Minister spoke about UN Human Rights Council session where Eritrean human rights record is being discussed. UN Special Rapporteur on Eritrea has submitted a report there about human rights situation in Eritrea. What is Eritrea saying about UN Special Rapporteur on Eritrea? We'll have a look at Yemane Gebremeskel, Eritrean Information Minister's statement. Before these three news stories, we have one quick update for you. Meskera Abera, Ethiopian analyst, a YouTube channel owner, I think she's a lecturer as well. She was arrested last month. She was very critical of Ethiopian government, especially she was critical of the ongoing operation in the Amhara region of Ethiopia. She was arrested. Then yesterday, Federal First Instance Court granted her bail for 30,000 Ethiopian birrs, but she was not released, and police filed an appeal against the bail orders of Meskera Abera. We saw such appeals in the case of Damascus Dasalin, Solomon Shome and Miaza Muhammad as well. A court granted them bail, but police challenged the bail at the higher court, and higher court reversed bail decision. What happened in the case of Meskera Abera? Well, in the case of Meskera Abera, Supreme Court has rejected police appeal. It means that bail orders stand. So Meskera Abera could be released in coming hours. But we know that sometimes when prisoners are released in Ethiopia, they are again arrested once the prisoners step out of prison. So let's see, will Meskera Abera be released, or will she again be arrested after her release? That remains to be seen. Updates in coming videos about the release or otherwise of Meskera Abera. Now, what's very important news story is from Western Ethiopia, which shares border with South Sudan. Here, Oromo Liberation Army and Gambella Liberation Front, two armed groups, have launched a joint military operation, joint offensive against government forces. The two groups, OLA GLF and Benishangul Liberation Fighters, Benishangul Gomez Liberation Movement, they have been working in collaboration in BG, Gambella and western part of Oromia. We have seen Jalmaro, OLA chief in Gambella. He participated, I think, in a graduation ceremony of GLF fighters. And I think the ceremony was held in Gambella. GLF is led by Getluak Buam Paul, and it has been operating for years in Gambella region of Ethiopia. So what is happening there? Firstly, it has been officially confirmed by GLF and OLA that they have launched this operation. We have seen statements from Oda Turbi of Oromo Liberation Army, and Gatloag Boam Paul has also spoken about the ongoing operation. It means that it's not a rumor. The two groups have announced that they have launched an operation against government forces in western part of Ethiopia. What is happening there? Firstly, Gambella viewers. Gambella city is the place where heavy fighting is going on. Even regional president's office is the place close to which fighting is going on, and Gambella fighters and OLA fighters as well in Gambella city, they're trying to take control of regional president's office in Gambella city. Reportedly a fertilizer warehouse, a court, a police station is under GLF control, and GLF issued a statement urging civilians to stay indoors. GLF OLA say that this operation is against government forces, security forces, institutions, government leaders. It's not against civilians. So civilians should stay indoors. They should not come out. BBC talked to Gambella government officials, but they did not comment on the ongoing fighting in Gambella city. So Gambella city is the capital of Gambella region, viewers, and here OLA and GLF both are in capital, and some say they are in control of more than half of Gambella city, capital of Gambella region. Gambella shares border with South Sudan. Secondly, Oromia territories which are close to Gambella. Here also we are seeing renewed offensive by OLA against government forces. Dambi Dolo is in Kalam Valaga. Kalam Valaga shares border with Gambella region. And in Dambi Dolo, Oromo Liberation Army has taken control of administrative buildings, a police office, a court, Abba Dola Hospital in Dambi Dolo. All are under OLA control. More than 400 prisoners have been released by OLA in Dambi Dolo town of Kalam Valaga in Western Oromia. We are receiving similar reports from Gimbi as well. Gimbi is in West Valaga. It's at a distance from Dambi Dolo, but in Gimbi as well, a police office is being attacked. A court is under OLA control reportedly. So in Valaga, you can say Oromo Liberation Army has launched a major counter-offensive. We know that a few days ago, OLA held its general assembly in Valaga, I think. I did 2 videos on that. I reported about the participation of all major OLA commanders in the assembly. Some decisions were made. It seems that decisions were made to launch a new offensive, counter-offensive on government forces. That is why we are seeing renewed fighting in western part of Oromia. Second news story is about a protest organized by Tigray diaspora community and other NGOs in Toronto, Canada. In Toronto, International Mining Convention is being held, and outside the building where the convention is being held, several NGOs like Mining Injustice, Mining Watch, and Tigrayan diaspora members held a demonstration. They blocked the main road and they delivered speeches there. They condemned Canadian mining companies that they were involved in Ethiopia, in Tigray, and to secure their contracts, they backed the genocide of Tigrayans in Ethiopia. Tigray diaspora community they have been accusing Canadian government of Justin Trudeau that it did not take any action, it did not announce any measures any sanctions against Ethiopian government of PM Abiy because Canadian firms, mining companies have investments in Ethiopia, in Tigray, and Canada was more interested in securing its mining interests in Ethiopia than raising a voice for poor Tigrayans. Watch this video from the protest which was held in Toronto, Canada.
The devastation caused by the war on Tigray amounts to war crimes, crimes against humanity, and bears the hallmarks of genocide. Shame indeed. However, these horrific conditions have not deterred Canada-based mining companies from seeking mining licenses in Tigray. At least 6 Canadian firms are either in or have licenses to operate in Tigray, while at least 2 Canadian companies have worked closely with the Ethiopian government that has committed these atrocities. Canadian gold mining companies see Tigray as an opportunity for riches and are willing to ignore, tolerate, or even tactically support the human rights violations in Tigray. While millions of people are cut off from aid, vital supplies, and just fighting to survive, the Canadian mining companies have been busy lobbying governments to start operating on the scene of such immense human devastation. Moreover, there is reporting that the response by the Canadian government, which prides itself on the so-called compassionate, constructive, and feminist foreign policy, has been influenced by consideration of mining interests in Tigray. Reporting suggests that the Canadian government's lackluster response may be influenced by its desire to protect the millions of dollars it has spent to reform the mining sector in Ethiopia and protect the investment of Canadian mining companies in Tigray.
Lastly, Eritrean Information Minister has spoken about the ongoing UN Human Rights Council session, which is discussing Eritrean human rights record. UN Special Rapporteur Abdul Salam Babikar has submitted a report there, and member states have issued some statements as well. What is Eritrea saying? What is Eritrean position about this session, about Abdul Salam Babikar's report? Yemane Gebremeskel, Eritrean Information Minister, says that this is annual charade of UNHRC, where UN Special Rapporteur parrots the vitriol of Eritrean detractors. And he says what is told, what he is told to say. He says, Yemane says that UN Special Rapporteur did not care to verify what is being told to him to say. Now, how will Abdul Salam Babikar verify? Is he allowed to enter Eritrea? What I have learned is that Eritrea has not given access to Abdul Salam Babikar to visit Eritrea. So, if he cannot visit Eritrea, how can he verify human rights situation in Eritrea? He'll have to rely on verbal statements, verbal reports. I think Eritrea should open up. Eritrean government should give access to Abdul Salam Babikar. Eritrean minister, Eritrean officials can engage with Abdul Salam Babikar, and they can brief Abdul Salam Babikar about human rights situation in Eritrea. But since he has no access, that is why he'll have to rely on verbal reports. He'll have to report. He'll have to do distant reporting, which he is doing. Eritrea has rejected this session. Eritrea says that in 2012 UN Special Rapporteur on Eritrea was introduced, and the purpose behind the appointment of this Special Rapporteur was to keep Eritrea under pressure, like sanctions were imposed in Eritrea. So Eritrea has dismissed this UN Human Rights Council session. Thanks for watching.